Take it from this guy
And this guy.
that co-op games are best. Hey guys, back for another week, and I'm here to talk to you about my favourite co-op experiences of all time. A while ago, I did my favourite co-op games or games to play with your friends if you're bored during lockdown. This is a little bit different because this is more kind of personal. It's my personal. It's a bit more different because it's my favourite co-op experiences that I've actually had, and the other ones are more kind of suggestions. Anyway, kind of there's no particular order because co-op games, they're all their own thing. Often you'll find that you'll jump into a co-op game and it's nowhere near as good as a single player game, and I find that quite frustrating sometimes. So to be honest with you, there's only got 4 or 5 really amazing co-op experiences I can remember, but these are all things that I think everyone should definitely give a go. I haven't ranked these because I don't want to offend anyone, any of my friends who I have had these co-op experiences with, and I don't want them to feel like I've got favourites, okay? But anyway, in no particular order, jumping straight in with Resident Evil 5. Now, Resident Evil 5 was a really, really special one because it was way back when, when me and Mike first met, but it was oh god, that sounds romantic, doesn't it? It was back when, we were first mates and we were hanging out and we were always playing FIFA and we were looking for another game to play. So we found Resident Evil 5. So yeah, Resident Evil 5 was set in Africa, I believe, and it was in a desert. And the really unique thing about it was a completely co-op experience. And I don't know why more Resident Evil games haven't been made as a full-on co-op experiences. There might be others. Let me know in the comments below because I'll go and test them out. And it was such a good experience that I want us to both go and get it on Switch and play it again. But what was really kind of special about it was that we did it in one sitting. So we sat down one evening and we thought, well, okay, we're going to give this new, it was new at the time, co-op game a good go and see what it's like. And then, however many hours later, 4 in the morning, we finished the game. Now, there's lots of puzzle solving, so one person's got to be on one side of the gate while the other one's on the other. You've got to get through bosses, puzzles and lock gates and get past bosses. And it's just a really, really fun experience. And what I particularly remember is we got to the end, and I think the final boss is Wesker, but I can't remember for sure. And you're like in this arena where there's like lava, and basically we got to this point. I guess we must have been knackers. We weren't really looking at our ammo or anything like that, and we just couldn't do it because everything we didn't have enough to kill him. Basically, we hadn't brought enough through, but obviously we didn't want to go back and replay it. Anyway, we eventually did it, but it took us a very, very long time. So I suggest to you, especially as it's now on the Nintendo Switch and everyone has got a Switch, not everyone, of course, a lot of people got a Switch, go and play Resident Evil 5 with your friends because it's a very, very good co-op experience. Okay, fantastic. Next up is A Way Out. Now, you hopefully have heard of A Way Out. It's from a guy I think he's primarily a film director. I forget his name. It'll be here. And he also did Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, I think, which I haven't really played. But A Way Out was basically a prison drama, and it was a game from EA. And actually, it surprised me when EA put it out because it didn't feel very EA. Firstly, there was no in-game transactions, stuff to try and steal your money. And it was a short but fun experience. Now, I think it was kind of perfect for co-op because, again, easily done in one session. The story you get to play is two different people, and there are spoilers here for the end of the game, so I would say skip forward about 30 seconds, maybe a bit more. Anyway, until you stop seeing the Way Out footage on the screen. But basically, you play these two prisoners, like 2 people on the run from prison, and you play their story, and you keep going, and you've played. And what's really great is it's got a really good combination of like puzzle solving, mini games, really, really fun action, and an amazing story, which you get really invested in. You get really invested in the character you're playing, and at the end, it pits you against each other, and it's something you don't see coming throughout the whole game. And it was just so fun because you've been working together so hard to escape prison, escape the police, get as far as you can, and then one of them is a undercover agent, and you have to kill each other. And the end of the game is hard because kind of like the end of Last of Us 2, where it's forcing you to like punch Abby in the face. It was kind of like you have to shoot each other, but you don't really want to because you just escape prison together. I've never ever had a co-op experience like that in my life, and I really don't know why there's not more games like it. I don't know if they don't do that well or whatever. You know, what I like about this and like games like Man and Medan is it allows one person to buy it and the other one to play it, so you don't both need to buy it. So you can always just go halves as well. Way Out is such a good co-op experience, and you know, there is a stream that we did when we played it, so you can check that out. It was actually before Mike was officially part of Respawning, so back in the early days. So yeah, again, go and check that out because it's just really goddamn fun. And I know there's been a couple of other streams on the site for A Way Out, so yeah, watch that if you want. Next up is Dark Souls 3 co-op, and Bloodborne. I'm going to put them into kind of the same boat because I have written about it and I've spoken about it, but I want to speak about it again because I personally saw it on loads of lists, and I was like, oh, surely not. And you know, even after I got into Dark Souls, I didn't really think about the co-op side of it, the element. Now, throughout the whole game, you can summon people in, and then Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 do it by password, so you can specify who comes into your game to help you fight bosses. I think you can do it in 2 as well, but I've not played that much in 2. And yeah, so you summon people in, they come and help you with bosses or whatever, and it basically gives you areas. Now, what's really great about Dark Souls is obviously what it gives, it takes away. So because it gives you the element of summoning your friends, you also can be invaded by other people. But the thing is, if you treat these people with respect, very often, 9 times out of 10, they will just leave you alone and give you some items and go away, because these people have been playing it for hours on end. They've got all the items you need. They'll give you, you need items to summon people in, which run out. They'll give you the items and they'll bugger off. And it makes for a very, very different experience and a very interesting experience. Not only that, the gameplay itself and the way you play the game completely changes. A lot of the time, apart from a couple of the bosses, instead of going in and being tactical and dodging and rolling, all 3 of you, or 2 of you, whatever, I've been playing it with Luke and Zeke, and also another one with Luke, and they're both amazingly good. It's the best 3-person co-op experience I've had. You run it and you're just smashing the enemy into smithereens instead of being tactical. It's just a completely different experience playing it on your own. And like I said before, the end of Bloodborne, I co-oped with Luke, because I was struggling, and then it went from being this really kind of difficult, really difficult, grindy but amazing experience to this kind of fast-paced action RPG. That because the difficulty was lowered. And a lot of the time we were saying to each other, because obviously Luke's played a lot, and even he said that he felt like it should have been co-op. It was built for co-op because you can always summon, and these bosses are almost impossible if one of you isn't distracting so the other one can heal. There's lots of mobs, so you can kind of almost draw them away from each other. And when you've got combat that's as good as it is in these games, well, the best in-game combat ever in these games, then of course you want to experience co-op, right? I can't recommend these games enough to you, and I think that possibly if you're looking to get into it, doing it co-op could be a good start because it does make it a bit easier. You do have to understand a fair bit about Dark Souls to use the summoning, and obviously it'd be good to have a good understanding of bosses. But if say you've got one of you who has played it a lot and one of you who hasn't, it's a good time to get your friend in, a good opportunity, a good way to get your friend into it, and obviously help them. So yeah, Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne. I know that Neo and Neo 2 do co-op as well. So yeah, those ones.
Sure, I'm leading it, don't worry.
Hey!
Oh.
Yeah.
Lastly, very quickly, because we've spoken about it a lot on this site, is FIFA. Now, no matter what, I've said there's no favourites here, but FIFA is my favourite. I wouldn't say it's necessarily co-op. That's true. Well, FIFA is one of my favourite games to go to, but the co-op side of it, especially with added Volta now this year, co-op Volta online, is brilliant. It's very hard. So FIFA Seasons is playing with your friends. You can do FIFA Seasons, co-op season, which is 2 of you, and then there's the Pro Season thing where you can however many you want. And Volta, we've not really tested the waters too much yet, but I think it's up to 5. To have co-op FIFA work really, really well, I would say you need 2 people who are really good at FIFA, because you can't support one person in the team who doesn't really know how to play, I would suggest, because you both need to know where to go, how to play the ball, how to just play the game in general, really. But going online together and having that kind of competitiveness of the online world works extremely well. I mean, yeah, it's one of those that if we have a spare hour free, I'll message Mike and say, hey, jump on, play some co-op, and then we'll jump off again, because we're all busy. But it's a good one. You can go on, you can play a couple of games, you can leave it. That's literally what I did Sunday morning. Was like you care, but we literally jumped on, played a couple of games, then I had to go on with my day, because you can just jump in and play. You don't need to have a reserve load of hours. That's I would say with Dark Souls, you need a good evening to get past some bosses, because you need to do everything 3 times if there's 3 of you. Whereas FIFA, you can just jump on, jump off again. Yeah. So anyway, I'm always going to recommend FIFA. I think FIFA is the best couch game. I think it's one of the best co-op games. I think it's one of the best casual games. I don't myself tend to get really invested in the career and stuff. I will do a career mode battle very soon when we find out what's happening with the PS5 crossover thing for Mike. But yeah, it's always a game I'm going to recommend because I just really love it. I think it's really fun. Anyway, those were my personal favourite co-op experiences. So if you're looking for good co-op experiences, go for Resident Evil 5. I'm kind of sticking onto the spooky theme from last week. A Way Out from EA, Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3, or any of the ones that support co-op. Dark Souls 1 doesn't do the password thing, I believe, so it's a bit more random. And FIFA. Cool. Well, as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that sort of good stuff. We've got tons of videos on the site at the moment. We're covering FIFA to death. We're doing spooky streams up until Halloween last week. You'd think we're still doing it with this t-shirt. As obviously my stuff every week. I'm going to be jumping back on the streams very soon. I've had a bit of a break, but yeah, expect us all to be back with all the latest news and reviews, and I'll catch you very soon.